For this next variation, make sure you have a pillow or a blanket you can fold over accessible to you. We're going to be coming down to the floor for a seated forward bend, but it's very important to be able to have the hips higher than the knees. So very slowly and mindfully come down to the floor, sitting either on a pillow or a blanket or right on the floor, and for a moment keep your knees bent. Because again, the hamstrings tend to overpower everything. Just notice for your body if you're able to sit comfortably with the legs extended or if it's easier to bend the knees. Now by comfortably, what I mean is notice your low back. Is it kind of poofed out behind you? Are you sitting on the back of your sits bones? Can you roll your body forward to the front of your sit bones? If you can't do that, bend your knees. And you'll see it's much easier to roll to the front of your pelvis. You might even pull the flesh out from underneath your buttocks. See how you feel here. If there is a tightness, just put a pillow or blanket under your hips, raising them above the level of the legs. We want the back of your body to be relaxed because we're going to be going into a full body stretch, and if the muscles are cramped, they're not going to release. Remember, you can't stretch a knot. So for a moment, look down into your back, soften, soften, soften. If you're feeling any tension in the back, even with raising yourself up, bend the knees. Even if it feels comfortable with the legs extended, go ahead and bend them and just notice how different this feels. Breathe into your back and try and come into a back bend. Once again, remember, change the breath, change the body. Move the breath, move the body. We're now sitting on the floor, so the hamstrings and the quadriceps don't need to hold up the whole body. So bring your attention into your hamstrings. You're not feeling, hopefully, too much going on there right now, especially with the bent knees. Start to bring your navel down towards your thighs. If it comes down easily, then straighten your legs. If you're very flexible in the hamstrings and hips, but for many people, bending the knees allows you to find that sweet spot where you've got the perfect combination of opening in the hamstrings and the back. Your back is long, your back is open, and now you can go ahead and roll down onto your legs. But now the low back is released. Don't try and get anywhere. Just be right here. Now take your fingertips, reach right behind your knees, and you'll feel those tendons behind your knees. Now follow with your fingertips how those tendons go up into your hamstrings. Right where they stop, right where they change from tendon to muscle, is located, there's a group of receptors in there called the Golgi tendon organs. These are the receptors that tell the hamstrings to let go. They are activated by gentle stretching. They're not activated by harsh stretching. In fact, when you overstretch, a completely different reflex is activated. So what I'd like you to do for this next few moments, maybe as long as 30 seconds, is press in right above where the tendons change to muscles. Press in, but keep your breath moving. Inhaling and exhaling. And every so often, move your hips back a bit. Not so much your heels forward, but your hips back. And you might find you get a little more opening in your hamstrings. Breathe into the back of your body. Press on the hamstrings. and let everything go. Remember, your idea of how forward bend looks, your idea of how warrior two looks, your idea of how triangle looks, your idea of how warrior one looks. And remember, there is only an ideal posture in relationship to your body. This is your perfect forward bend. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And now gently roll up. Come to a seated position, easy posture with your legs crossed in front of you. Hands on your knees. Soften your eyes. Soften your jaw. Soften your shoulder blades. Let a smile come onto your face. And be grateful for finding your perfect variations. Namaste.